It was a Tuesday afternoon, sunlight streaming through the tall windows of my favorite coffee shop. The golden rays painted warm patterns on the wooden floor, and the gentle hum of conversation created a comforting backdrop. This was a place I often came to think, to work, and sometimes to meet people who inspired me. On this particular day, I was meeting a colleague I deeply admired. I was excited, almost nervous, eager to share my ideas for a new project we'd been discussing for weeks. I had rehearsed my thoughts, hoping to impress and contribute something meaningful, but as soon as I began to speak, my colleague cut me off. They interrupted, not just once, but repeatedly, taking my half-formed thoughts and reshaping them, presenting them as if they were their own. Each time it happened, I felt my enthusiasm wane, my confidence slipping away. With every interruption, I felt myself shrinking, as if the chair beneath me was getting smaller and smaller. My voice grew quieter, my presence in the conversation fading into the background noise of the bustling cafe. I sat there, clutching my lukewarm latte, the warmth long gone, wondering why I stayed silent. Why did I let my contributions be dismissed so easily? I replayed the conversation in my mind, searching for the moment I lost control of my own narrative. The feeling was all too familiar, a cold knot of shame tightening in my stomach, the heavy sense of being insignificant. It was as if I had become invisible, my ideas evaporating before they could take shape. In that moment, a realization struck me with surprising clarity. I was allowing this to happen. I was giving away my power, one silent moment at a time. My silence wasn't just a reaction, it was a choice. By not speaking up, I was handing them the power to make me invisible, to erase my voice from the conversation. I realized this wasn't just about their behavior, it was about my response. I had been so focused on keeping the peace, on avoiding conflict, that I had forgotten the value of my own perspective. I'd spent years making others comfortable, smoothing over awkward moments, and swallowing my words at the expense of my own voice. But that day, something inside me shifted. I could feel it, a small spark of determination, a quiet promise to myself that things would be different. Driving home, my shame slowly transformed into anger, not at my colleague, but at myself. I was frustrated for always shrinking, for making myself small just to keep the peace, for letting my ideas be overshadowed time and time again. I saw the true cost of my silence, my self-respect. Every time I let my voice be ignored, I was teaching others that my thoughts didn't matter, that I was content to be overlooked. I realized I had been complicit in my own invisibility. By staying quiet, I had taught people that my voice didn't matter, that it was okay to dismiss me. But it was time to unteach that lesson. I made a silent vow to myself right then and there that I would start speaking up, even if my voice trembled. I would reclaim my seat at the table and let my ideas be heard, starting now. We teach people how to treat us, not by blame, but by what we tolerate. Every day, in countless small ways, we send signals to those around us about what is acceptable and what is not. It's not always about the big confrontations or dramatic moments. Often, it's the subtle, everyday choices that shape our relationships. Every time we laugh off a put-down or say yes when we mean no, we set a standard. These moments may seem insignificant, but they add up, quietly teaching others how far they can go and what we'll accept. When we ignore our discomfort or brush aside our own needs, we're not just avoiding conflict, we're giving silent permission for the behavior to continue. Our silence is a powerful instructor. When we don't speak up, we unintentionally communicate that our boundaries are flexible or even invisible. People learn from our reactions or lack thereof and adjust their behavior accordingly. Boundaries are like fences. If we leave the gate open, people wander in. Without clear limits, others may not even realize they're crossing a line. It's up to us to define where our personal property begins and ends. Without boundaries, we signal our space is public domain. When we don't assert our needs, we invite others to treat our time, energy, and emotions as resources they can use freely. When we excuse hurtful behavior, we reinforce the idea that our feelings don't matter. Over time, this can erode our self-worth and make it even harder to stand up for ourselves. Others may not realize the impact of their words or actions unless we show them. Empathy is important, but without self-respect, it leads to self-erasure. Caring for others should never come at the cost of our own well-being. True empathy includes compassion for ourselves, not just for those around us. The good news? What's been taught can be retaught. We can always choose to rewrite the script, to set new boundaries, and to communicate our needs more clearly. Change may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's possible. Recognizing this dynamic is the first step. Awareness gives us the power to pause, reflect, and decide how we want to be treated moving forward. It's never too late to start teaching others a new lesson about our worth. We are not just victims, we have agency. We can choose to set boundaries, to speak up, and to demand respect. Our actions can inspire others to treat us and themselves better. The moment we see how we've allowed others to devalue us, we can start a new lesson plan. We can forgive ourselves for the past and commit to honoring our needs in the future. Growth begins with self-awareness and the courage to change, one rooted in the belief that we are worthy of respect. When we believe in our own value, we teach others to do the same, and that's the most important lesson of all. Many of us, especially women, are taught from a young age that being nice is the most important thing we can be. We're told to smile, to be agreeable, to put others' needs before our own, and to never rock the boat. This message is everywhere, at home, in school, at work, and in the media we consume. It's so deeply ingrained that we often don't even notice it's happening. We learn to avoid conflict at all costs, to swallow our true feelings, and to chase approval from those around us. We become experts at reading the room, anticipating what others want, and molding ourselves to fit in, even if it means betraying our own needs. But the pursuit of niceness is a subtle trap. It asks us to abandon our authentic selves, to silence our voices, and to hide our true thoughts and desires. Over time, this can leave us feeling disconnected from who we really are. When we prioritize being nice above all else, we unintentionally teach others that we have no needs or opinions of our own. We become invisible, overlooked, and sometimes even taken for granted. The drive to be nice is often rooted in fear. Fear of being disliked, fear of conflict, fear of being left out or abandoned. We worry that if we speak up or set boundaries, we'll lose relationships or be seen as difficult. So we stay quiet, say yes when we desperately want to say no, and pretend everything's fine even when it isn't. But this isn't true kindness, it's a form of self-abandonment. We end up betraying ourselves in order to keep the peace. Real kindness starts with being kind to ourselves. It means honoring our feelings, listening to our intuition, and protecting our own well-being. It's about recognizing that our needs matter just as much as anyone else's. Being clear and direct with others is actually one of the kindest things we can do. It allows for honest communication, deeper understanding, and genuine connection. When we suppress our truth, resentment quietly builds. Over time, this erodes our relationships and creates distance between us and the people we care about. Hiding our real selves means others never get the chance to truly know us. We miss out on authentic relationships, and those around us miss out on the real us. Letting go of the need to be nice all the time is incredibly liberating. It opens the door to self-acceptance, confidence, and genuine happiness. You can be kind and still have boundaries. In fact, setting boundaries is a powerful act of self-respect and care for both yourself and others. This is where true self-respect begins. When we honor ourselves, speak our truth, and allow ourselves to be seen, not just as nice, but as real, whole, and worthy individuals. We often self-minimize through small, unconscious behaviors. Chronic over-apologizing chips away at our worth, signaling our needs are an inconvenience. We dismiss our feelings, downplay our achievements, and hedge our requests. This teaches others to dismiss us too. These habits create a feedback loop. We act small, so we're treated as small. Breaking the cycle means catching ourselves before we apologize unnecessarily. It means holding space for our feelings and stating our needs directly. We have every right to take up space. Setting boundaries starts with clarity. You can't enforce a boundary you can't define. This is an internal process, getting honest about what you will and won't accept. Think of it as drawing a line in the sand. One side is respect, the other is harm. Tune into your emotions. Resentment and anxiety are clues a boundary's been crossed. Make a list. Acceptable and unacceptable behaviors. This isn't a rule book for others. It's a charter of self-respect. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but defining your needs is self-care. Your list will evolve as you grow. Creating it is the essential first step. It gives you a map for engaging with the world. Your well-being is no longer negotiable. That's the foundation for change. Before you can set boundaries, you must believe you're worthy of them. Many of us think we have to earn respect, but worthiness is our birthright. Challenge the inner critic that says you're too much for wanting respect. Remind yourself you don't have to audition for your worth. You are worthy of kindness and being heard right now. Practice self-respect. Start your day with affirmations. Check in with yourself after tough moments. Treat yourself with the compassion you'd offer a friend. This internal shift powers your ability to hold boundaries. Building self-worth is a daily practice. When you believe you are enough, setting boundaries becomes self-care, not confrontation. Your inner world must reflect the respect you want from others. Once you're clear on your boundary and your worth, it's time to communicate it. This takes courage, but you don't need a dramatic speech. Be clear, kind, and firm. Use I statements. I feel hurt when you say that. I need you to stop. State your need without blaming or defending. Be ready for pushback. Some may be surprised or upset. Hold your ground. You don't have to debate. Repeat your boundary calmly. I understand this is new, but this is what I need. Start small. Practice with people you trust. Each time you speak your truth, you build confidence. You teach yourself and others that your voice matters. It gets easier with practice. Speaking up is an act of self-love. When you set boundaries, your relationships will change. Some people will respect your new standards, and those relationships will deepen. Others may push back, get defensive, or try to guilt you. Remember, their reaction is about their discomfort, not your worth. You have a choice. Hold your boundary and see if they adapt or let them go. Some may leave your life, which can be painful. But if someone only values you without boundaries, they're not truly valuing you. Their departure creates space for healthier connections. This sorting process is natural and necessary. Letting go takes courage, but it makes room for people who respect your truth. You'll build a community that reflects your self-worth. That's a beautiful thing. Your worth is not up for negotiation. You don't have to earn it through self-sacrifice or perfection. Worthiness is your birthright. You deserve respect, space, and a voice. For too long, we've believed we must be small to be loved, but recognizing your worth means you stop accepting disrespect. You stop laughing at hurtful jokes, saying yes when you mean no, and making excuses for others. You hold the line that protects your spirit. You teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Setting boundaries is a journey back to yourself. It's messy, brave, and life-changing. You become the author of your own story, defined by dignity and authenticity. That changes everything.